Hey Sofrito Lovers, this is Ben Ramos bringing you this week's mukbang from my palatial home here in the Northwest Bronx. The Bronx is the home of hip hop and salsa. I am bringing you some beef patties from Golden Crust. Some delicious Jamaican beef patties, and on the side, I've got some of their delicious chicken soup. Let me see if I can bring it closer. It's soup, so you know, it's not easy to show. I'm probably gonna be grubbing on the beef patties more than anything else. I'm gonna get some soup too, but I've got a veggie patty. I believe this is the beef patty. Some of it is spilling out. Look, 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 delicious beef patty. And a chicken patty. I'm probably not gonna eat all of this all at once. In fact, I may grub down on two and eat the rest a little bit later. Let me start with the veggie patty because I need some veggies in my life. Check this out, made a veggie patty. I believe it's in a, these are just your regular standard patty crust. This one is supposed to be a wheat crust, I believe. Okay. That is really good. I can never really decipher what vegetables are in there. It's kind of like everything is so mashed up together. I can see some carrots and some what I think is cabbage. The seasoning is what really sets it off. It's a little spicy, a little tangy, really good. Sofrito Lovers, I apologize. I am not posting like I used to. I used to give you guys 2 or 3 videos a week, and now I'm like doing one. I'm gonna up the ante a little bit more. I've just been busy. Transitioning out of work, David's back in town. My partner, not my partner, I'm sorry, my roommate has been undergoing some health issues and I've had to be supportive of that. So it's a lot of stuff. I am washing it all down with some delicious diet ginger ale. Pretty good. So, Sofrito Lovers, things are going well. I hope you guys are having a good lunch. This is my lunch. I'm actually having lunch close to lunchtime for once. Ay hambre. I am hungry, guys. But yeah, no, things are going good, you guys. Busy. This was week 1 of unemployment. Kind of intense, kind of sad, been through a lot of emotions. It's Friday, it's payday, got my last paycheck. You know how like you end a job and it doesn't just end that last day, it's like different ending milestones. This is kind of like the last ending milestone to do it. Well, I haven't filed for unemployment just yet. I wanted to do it after I got this last check. So this is like the second to last milestone. Like today, you know, I got the direct deposit. I looked at it and went like, wow, this is the last time, you know, I'm getting a check. There is some hope, you guys. Some hope that the city will provide some funding to social services over the summer and that in the fall, some jobs, some programs may be reinstated. There's absolutely no guarantee of that. There's no even guarantee that my site will be one of those sites. I am keeping hope alive because you never know. This neighborhood around here could desperately needs this program. I don't want to bore anyone or depress anyone. I know I've been talking a lot about the unemployment stuff. It's the biggest issue in my life, but I don't want to depress everyone. I've got a lot of free time now. Even more so than I did when I was in during the quarantine and the shelter in, because at least during the quarantine and shelter in, I had some work stuff to do. Now I'm looking at days where I have nothing but free time. So I'm gonna try to spend it a lot more with David, hang out with my roommate. The summer plans are still up in the air because of everything that's happening in the world. It's kind of scary. You know, New York City was the epicenter for so long. Now Florida, Texas, and California are in a race to take over that spot. And even though things are opening up a lot in New York, I'm still very I'm still very cautious. I've got like 2 morbidities against me, and then my roommate has like 3. So I'm being real careful, because I've heard some stories in New York City about some folks that were way younger, way healthier, that are no longer with us, and it's terrifying. The way your body deals with this infection is kind of scary. So okay, no more unemployment woes and no more pandemic woes. I have an interesting story interesting story time. Parque Chronicles. I've got another Parque Chronicles for you guys. So, for those of you who don't know, 10 seconds. My window's over here. My window faces a park. I live behind the park. I'm in the Bronx, in the Northwest Bronx. I live close to Lehman College. It's a big old CUNY in New York City in the Bronx. And I face this park here. And I've spent a couple of mukbangs talking about the shenanigans that take place in that park. Okay, I need to eat meat. Beef. Veggie beef. Park. Everyone in the neighborhood loves to hang out in the park. People are beating the heat in the park. People are tired of the quarantining and the sheltering in and the self-isolation, and they're going to the park. So it provides nonstop entertainment. 2 nights ago, today's Friday, so yeah, this happened Wednesday night. The typical 1,000 people were in the park, chilling. Everyone from the neighborhood coming out, chilling in the park, doing their little barbecues and having their little picnics, and people just sitting around blasting music as loud as they possibly can. Some folks bringing out their congas and their drums and doing live music. It's amazing. It's a fucking festival allá afuera. Cada rato. Just a festival. And I've been talking a lot about the crazy shenanigans that take place there. Well, 2 nights ago, I don't know what happened in the park. I'm minding my own business, watching DirecTV on that television right here to my right, your left. And all of a sudden I hear the cops pull up to the park, and I'm like, oh Lord, what happened? I didn't hear anything out of the usual. I'm like, these people have been blasting music and chilling for weeks, and without the cops ever showing up. What's happening now? So I look out the window like un entrometido, like I'm nosy as fuck. So let me look outside. And they were handcuffing this woman, this gordita, Latina, handcuffing her, and it was very noticeable that she had been a little bit disheveled, and she straight up had like her tank top was torn in half, and she had a big old titty just hanging out. Just a big old titty hanging out. And it was so weird because it was like I didn't hear any ruckus. I'm right here. I'm on the 2nd floor of my building. The park is right next to me. It is amazing how much I can hear from here. Like, people are not quiet. So I've heard fights. I've seen wild turkeys running around. I've seen people having sex. Like, it's a lot. In the park, I can hear and see a lot. But apparently there was some skirmish between these 2 women. Again, a fight. First, I talked to you guys about a fight between 2 old viejos. And now this was like a middle-aged vieja fight, and they were arresting this woman who was wearing a green tank top, looking totally disheveled. Her hair was all over the place. She was wearing chanclas and just like this old green tank top that was torn in half with a big old breast hanging out. I think it was her left breast, just this giant titty flopping in the air. And the cops were all over, and the cops were walking around the park just telling everybody go home. They were dispersing. Now, I was a little bit like, that's not necessary. People are there. You know what? People are getting better about the mask and the social distancing in the park. I know I've complained about how scary it is that mad people aren't wearing masks or social distancing, but lately I have been noticing that the little shanty towns are kind of spreading out a little bit more. The little picnic tables and the barbecues, they're showing a little bit more distance and more people with masks, but the cops are walking around telling people to disperse, turn off your radios, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this happened probably around 9 or 10 o'clock, which 9 or 10 o'clock, that's when the party starts in the park. Like, forget about it. 9, 10, 11, 12, that's when people are going to the park to like jam it out. But something happened. Something happened in that park where homegirl's tank top was torn in half and her big old saggy titty was hanging out. And the weird thing was they were arresting her and she was mad quiet. Usually people are not quiet. Usually people have a lot to say and scream and shout. I don't know why they were arresting her. I have no idea. But I was watching the whole thing. It was like the cops invaded the park, dispersed everybody. Wednesday night. Thursday night, no one was in the park. Thursday night, te lo juro, absolutely no one in the park. Not a lick of music, not a lick of a person. I didn't even see people walking their dogs. I don't know what happened. Right now in New York City, we're kind of like in the middle of both a heat wave and like a tropical storm residue, you know, the tropical storm on the East Coast. And here in New York City, since this morning, like 5, 6 in the morning, it's been raining, and they're talking about it's going to be raining the whole weekend. So I get it. No one's in the park right now because of that. But last night, I'm telling you, not one person in the park, not one note of music, not one smell of barbecue. I think folks were like, they need to lay low on the park for a while. So there might be a moment's peace in the future for I was watching, making sure the interactions with the police were constitutional. And look guys, una sopita. I believe this is a piece of yuca. Oh. All of this comes from a chain called Golden Crust. It's like Jamaican fast food. I feel like no one outside of New York ever knows what Golden Crust is. Like, I don't think it's a New York thing. I feel like it's a national chain, but no one ever seems to know it. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm not wrong, because I was in DC and I saw a Golden Crust in DC. So it is a national chain. It's just maybe some of y'all don't have it where you guys live. Like I said, I was watching from my window, making sure I had my phone on me, and I was recording. I mean, I deleted all the footage, but I was recording and making sure that all the interactions with my neighbors were constitutional and were not in a harassment type of mode. New York City cops need that observation sometimes. And especially in a neighborhood filled with many Black, Latino folks who were populating the park. I was like definitely trying to make sure, you know, I have friends that have been in the cop watch organization in New York City, making sure that, you know, police interactions are the way they're supposed to be. And for the most part, they seem to be adequate. I'm pertaining to the park on Wednesday night. Saw a lot of the cops going up to people, asking nicely and seeming respectful. Then again, I'm on a second floor of a building, but the interactions look okay. You know, so keeping an eye out. Thursday night, last night was a pretty good night. No one was out there. Le cogieron miedo a la policía. I think people got a little shook. A little, what is it, shocked, shaken, and shook. But still I wonder, what happened to Miss Teta? What happened to Miss Teta? Why did that happen? I didn't hear any ruckus or anything. Seemed to be the typical Wednesday night live party up until 2 or 3 cop cars came in. Despite the fact that it was 2 or 3 cop cars, it was only like 2 or 3 police that came in. Usually when they come in cop cars like that, it's like they roll in 6 to 9. It was only like 2 or 3 cops. So, still the mystery is what happened to Miss Teta? Why was Miss Teta arrested and why was Miss Teta's Teta out? This is like an unsolved Parque Chronicle. Pero things are good, mi gente. I'm enjoying myself. I'm healing, I'm mourning, I'm having fun, I'm being sad. I had a bad day on Thursday. It was one of those days where getting out of bed was kind of hard. Feeling really sad and mourning, but I'm also having good days, and that's what's important. Mira, Sofrito Lovers, you guys know me. This has been a lot of carbs and a lot of food. I'm probably gonna save the rest of this for a little bit later. If you like the video, like it, share it, leave me a comment below. Tell me how you guys are doing. What are the summer plans? I told you guys some of my summer plans. You guys never responded. Tell me what some of your summer plans are. I'm still working it out. I got paid today, so I'm working out what my plans exactly are gonna be. Like, comment, share. Follow me on all the social media, Sofrito in My Soul, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check me out on my blog, sofritoinmysoul.com. Como siempre, stay home, cook, or order in, and taste for yourself. Have some safe culinary adventures. Como siempre, mucho, mucho amor.